Hey guys, in this video I'll be sharing the best day to pay your credit card bill to maximize your credit score. The tips I'll be sharing with you guys have allowed me to reach an 800 credit score, so I promise if you follow this entire guide, your credit score will increase in no time. So if you're ready to level up your credit game, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. With that being said, let's begin. Okay, to start off, I want to tell you exactly what the best day to pay your credit card bill is, and that's before your statement close date. But I'll go over exactly what that means later on in the video. I first want to quickly review the 5 key factors that impact your credit score because understanding them is crucial for increasing your credit score. The first and most important factor is payment history. This accounts for 35% of your credit score, and all you really need to do here is make your payments on time. Whether it's your credit card bill, mortgage, or car payments, make sure to pay those bills on time, and that'll help you build a positive credit history and boost your credit score. Now, if you happen to pay late, don't panic. You actually have 30 days before credit card companies report the late payment to the credit bureaus. However, if you don't pay on time, you will be charged a late fee and interest, so try to always pay on time to avoid this. The second factor is credit utilization, which accounts for 30% of your credit score. It simply represents the total credit you're using from the credit you have available. For example, if you have a credit card with a $6,000 credit limit and you spend $3,000, that'll put your credit utilization at 50%. The general rule of thumb is to keep your utilization under 30%. But like I've mentioned in my other videos, I prefer keeping it under 10% because I feel like that's what's helped increase my credit score the fastest. Now, the reason you want to keep your utilization low is because it shows lenders and financial institutions that you're using credit responsibly and not relying too heavily on borrowed money. So again, always aim for less than a 10% credit utilization for the best results. The third factor is length of credit history, which accounts for 15% of your credit score. This shows the amount of time you have been using credit or borrowing money, and it takes into account the age of your oldest credit account, the age of your newest account, and the average age of all your accounts. Typically, a longer credit history is seen as a good thing because it shows that you have been managing your credit responsibly for a longer time. So my biggest tip here is to never close your first credit card or credit account because closing old accounts can have a negative impact on the length of your credit history. While there may be good reasons to close an old account such as high fees or unused benefits, it can also hurt your credit score, so be careful. Instead, if your credit card has no annual fee, you can keep it open and not use it, or keep the account active by making small purchases like coffee occasionally so the credit card company doesn't close it. And if you have a card with an annual fee, you can try calling the issuer and downgrading to a credit card without an annual fee. However, if you feel like you must close your credit card, just know that if your account was in good standing with a history of on-time payments, it will stay on your credit report for up to 10 years, which will continue helping your credit score whether the account is open or not. The fourth factor is credit mix, which accounts for 10% of your credit score. Credit mix shows the different types of credit you have, such as credit cards, a home loan, an auto loan, and other types of borrowing. Having a diverse mix of credit accounts shows lenders that you can handle different types of credit responsibly. So as you apply for new credit accounts, you'll build a solid credit mix over time. The fifth factor is new credit, which accounts for 10% of your credit score. When you apply for new credit, such as a credit card or loan, the lender may do a hard inquiry on your credit report to see how much risk you pose as a borrower, which may temporarily lower your credit score by a few points. However, the impact is usually minor, and hard inquiries only affect your credit score for 1 year and they fall off after 2 years. Regardless, be selective when applying for new credit so you don't rack up a bunch of hard inquiries, as it may affect your credit score and make you look way more riskier to lenders and the credit bureaus. So as you can see, out of the 5 factors we just went over, the 2 most important ones are payment history and credit utilization, which make up 65% of your credit score. So if you guys understand how they work, you'll be ahead of the credit game. Now let's go over how credit utilization affects when you should pay your credit card bill and exactly when is the best day to pay your bill to boost your credit score. Earlier, I mentioned that credit utilization is the total credit you're using out of the credit you have available. And the lower your credit utilization is, the better it is for your credit score. I also mentioned that the best day to pay your bill is before your statement closing date. It's important to remember this date because that's when credit card companies inform the credit bureaus of your credit card's activity, including your balance, payments, credit utilization, etc. So let's take a look at one of my credit card statements. As you can see, my closing date is May 13th, which means on this day, Chase will take a screenshot of my credit card's activity and report it to the credit bureaus. Over here, we also have our payment due date, which is usually 20 to 25 days after your statement closing date. This is the last day for you to make the minimum payment on your credit card to avoid paying interest or late fees. Now, what you want to do is pay down your credit card balance as much as you can before the statement closing day, so that when your information gets reported to the credit bureaus, your credit utilization is lower and your credit score increases. For example, my credit limit is $21,000, but if I charge $10,000 to the card, my credit utilization would be 47.6%, which is too high. And if that gets reported to the credit bureaus, my credit score will drop. However, if I pay off $8,000 before my closing day, May 13th, my utilization will drop down to 9.5% instead of 47.6%, which is a much lower credit utilization that will then get reported to the credit bureaus, which will in turn boost my credit score. In other words, you can use however much you need from a credit card. Just make sure to pay it down and lower your credit utilization as much as possible before your closing date. Ideally below 10% for the best results. So again, if you want to increase your credit score every month, all you have to do is pay your balance down before the statement closing date to show a low credit utilization to the credit bureaus. After that, you can pay the rest of your balance if any is due by the payment due date. That way you don't incur interest or late fees, and that's about it. Honestly, paying my credit cards this way has helped boost my credit score month over month and allowed me to reach an 800 credit score, as you can see on the screen. So again, if you pay your credit card this way and you follow everything we said in this video, your credit score will increase in no time. Now, before we wrap up, here are a few final tips to help you optimize your credit score. 1. Set up payment reminders. You can avoid late fees and interest charges by simply setting up reminders for credit card payments. 2. Monitor your credit utilization. In other words, check your credit card statements, review credit reports, or simply use monitoring tools to stay aware of how much credit you're using and make sure it's always less than 10%. 3. Consider autopay options. Setting up automatic payments provides a safety net if you forget to make manual payments. And it can also help you make payments in time, which will boost your credit score and prevent fees. However, you must have money in your bank account when the payments get taken out. If not, you might be penalized with an overdraft by your bank, so be careful. 4. Practice responsible credit habits. In other words, always make on-time payments, avoid maxing out credit cards, maintain a low credit utilization, minimize unnecessary credit card applications, and don't get into debt you can't afford to pay back. 5. Pay it off right away. If you use your credit card and you can pay it off right away, do it. I personally do this sometimes, especially if I use my credit cards for large amounts. That way I get the payment out of the way. And 6, increase your credit limit. Asking for a credit limit increase on your credit cards is one of the easiest ways to lower your credit utilization if you maintain the same level of credit card spending. There's a lot of issuers that will increase your limit with only a softball, in other words, no impact to your credit score, so you may want to consider asking for one. To learn how to ask for a credit limit increase and how it helps your credit score, watch this video next. So there you have it, peeps, the best way to pay your credit card bill to skyrocket your credit score. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below so we can help each other out. And if you guys made it this far into the video, comment the word credit so I know who my loyal besties are. And by the way, Rakuten, my favorite shopping portal for earning cash back on all my purchases, is currently offering a $30 sign-up bonus after you spend $30 for a limited time, plus cash back on a ton of popular stores. So make sure to check out the link in the description to get your free $30 today. That's also the best way to support the channel, so it's a win-win. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. That way I never miss out on any future uploads. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to watch these other ones next. Okay, bye now.